How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about, and I know it's very soon, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anyone's prepared for this at this point. In Evan Burns Red, we are seeing the second half of the celebration for the spring celebration, and we are getting not one, but two banners at the same exact time. We just got Suruka Yuki, we just had Mari and Kanzaki, thankfully with daily free pulls. But we are now also getting Aoi Maid, and we also are getting Chie, Fubuki, and Byakko. So yeah, there's a lot to happen. I kind of don't expect anyone to be prepared for this. And we have a heavy hard hitter, which is going to be Aoi, who is going to be one of the best single target Thunder users in the game for quite some time until we get any sort of new addition to that team. But this is definitely going to be the number one when it comes to Thunder. We will talk about these characters. I will have a follow-up video talking about all the value of each of these characters, but today talking about the events and also what they do. That way you get a little bit of a quicker stand view of what these characters do. That way I can tell you about that, and then we'll talk about their value in another video. But god dang, there's just so much that's happening right now in Heaven Burns Red. Like, these celebrations are flying by, dear lord. But let's go ahead and start looking at the characters, and then we can start looking at the events. First of all, looking at one of the first characters, the MVP of the celebration, of course, is going to be Maid Aoi. And the reason why this Aoi is super strong is because she is going to be a single target attacker that uses totems. Now, if you don't know what totems are, they're these little red dots that you get for fulfilling a condition. And for this Aoi, getting hit gives you a totem. So looking at how that works, if you have SS1 Aoi, this means that you have the Angel Wings passive, which not only nullifies damage, but also guarantees you to get taunted. That way you're able to take all the hits that anybody can possibly do. This can get especially strong when there are more than one enemy on the field. Now, with Aoi being able to have totems, that is a separate damage multiplier compared to any of the other buffs. So this means that this unit has a buff or a mechanic that is unique to this card specific, that is not in any other attacker at the current moment, like having Ruka, having Yuki, any of these other Thunder characters. Always the only one that has totems, and with totems you can significantly boost your damage higher than any of these other guys. That's the reason why it's super strong. So one of the main things that we're going to be looking at with this Aoi is you want to get as much as possible using Angel Wings from SS1, using her 4 SP skill because it gives her defense and also taunts as well, while also granting totems to the unit. So you are going to be using quite a good amount of SP, which realistically, if you have SS1 Aoi, this is always going to be so freaking good. And she also has her own level 0 limit break, which is she's giving her Thunder skill attack bonus to all allies, which is very strong as well. So this Aoi is definitely going to be super strong when it comes to all that she can do in regards to being a single target attacker. Alongside Aoi, we are going to get a Byakko. This Byakko is going to give you a high devastation 14 skill point. This is going to be really nice for Thunder teams if you have an extra slot that you want filled up. Byakko is going to be a really nice character to have, especially when you're summoning already for Aoi. The only thing about this is that he does have a extra modifier where if you do have a fragile on an enemy, you get a higher devastation razor from this actual skill, so which is really cool. So if you have, let's say, a debuffer like Aina or Megumi, and you put the fragile on them, you'll have more devastation coming out of that. That means more damage at the end of the day for your Aoi, which is really nice to have. Not only that, you also can lower your defense as well on Byakko to do a devastation move on multiple enemies, which is very strong. And this has the same multiplier as the 14 skill points if there's no fragile, which means that you're gonna have a really nice blaster. Like I said, this is really nice to have if you are already going for Aoi. That way you can have someone to raise the devastation when you don't have a unit that is, I guess you could say, good for that team. Like, I use my Ruka, that is the SS2 Ruka with the black dress on. That one has my Noble Edge skill that is allowing me to use the devastation bar. But since I do have a more Thunder center team, having this Byakko would be really freaking nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not needed, but does have a nice usage on the Thunder teams that we currently have in the moment. And this Aoi, like I said, super duper strong. And then for the second banner, we are going to see Chie and Fubuki. Now this banner, not gonna lie, is a little bit more of a skip than not. Or a little bit more of a skip than to summon realistically, versus something like Maid Aoi. Now, Maid Aoi, to go back really quickly, which I will cover this a little bit more heavily in the next video, this character is specifically if you want to build Thunder. If you do not want to build a Thunder team, or you do not have the pieces to build Thunder, you could probably go for Mari, or Kanzaki, I mean, which is the Ice DPS currently on patch. Realistically, that is going to be what we're looking at. When it comes to Angel Beats, I'm assuming, since they're holding it off for so long, because now we're at 2-3 banners past Angel Beats, or even 4 if I'm not wrong, I think they're holding it till the half anniversary, which should be in a couple months, 2 months, 1 month. I forget when this game came out. But yeah, they're probably holding this till half anniversary. That way they have a big celebration. Yay, Angel Beats is here. I think that is what they're trying to do here. So we could probably expect Angel Beats to be the next crazy banner in quite some time. But going for this Chie and Fubuki, this Fubuki is going to allow you to get a dark defense down, which is really nice, and she also is going to allow you to expose fragile. She's going to give a fragile, and she's also going to give an enfeeble as well. Realistically, these two characters aren't the craziest thing in the world. Having a dark debuffer is really nice, but the only problem is these are not dark hits. These are literally all void or null hits. So that means if they have a dark weakness, she's kind of not going to do anything for you. She's not going to give you any overdrive, of course, unless you have the what is it called, a ring that helps you with normal attacks. But other than that, she's not going to be able to raise it when she's using these skills. So realistically, all you're going to have is this dark defense down that she's going to be able to provide. And for the Chie, she works in the same fashion in a way that Aoi is, where she wants to be the defender and you can do damage with her, because this will be based on her vitality, which we know a lot of these defenders want to have to be able to soak up as much damage as possible. And when you do have them provoked, you will get a lower skill point version of this move, which is only 7 SP, which is really nice. So you want to use a provoke from any of the other Chies, and then you want to go ahead and use this. That way you have a half skilled EX skill, which is really cool to see. Realistically, this specific character and Fubuki as well, probably a skip patch or skip banner for you if you don't care about these characters. If you don't necessarily need them, they're not necessarily that strong realistically. The only reason you would pull for them is if you like their character by themselves. The only thing you really want is if you want to invest in Thunder, a Maid Aoi is 1000% it. Without a doubt, no questions asked. This will be the character you want to get if you want to invest in Thunder, because it's the strongest single target Thunder user for quite some time for the English side for Heaven Burns Red. So other than that, besides looking at their skills, this is going to be the primary banner you want to summon on. If you're not going to summon on this, then you're going to summon on Mari and Kanzaki, because if I'm not wrong, Suits left today or are leaving after today. So this is the next banner that you should be looking at if you want to build towards Thunder. You don't need Aoi, but if you want Thunder, it's always really good. I'm going into the next few things. We are going to be seeing a new story event, which is going to be the one centered around Byakko and that squad. And then we're going to get the 3 times tokens for the Yuina event, which thankfully I love when they bring these out, because I know what I can grind. I don't have to grind the same gem bottle every 2 seconds, which I'm very glad that they're giving us another story recommendation. We are getting a countdown for chapter 4.2, so that's very exciting for those that have already finished 4.1 and that are working on the interlude. You don't have to wait that long, because guess what, now we're getting 4.2 very soon. And realistically, we are moving very quickly in comparison to JP. We got these story patches very fast and we're running through them really quick. We're almost at where they're at. They're at 5.1 right now, which is insane that we are currently catching up super quickly. And we're getting a multi from this countdown as well, which is very strong for all of our accounts, because yes, I know we're all drained at this point. At this point as well, on February 7th, we are going to see Vertex Crimson come again, which, hey, good luck to everyone that cleared it the first time, because we got to do it again. And then we have a new Anachronia as well, from I think the later story chapter where this boss comes into play. That's cool to see as well. We're gonna have another score challenge, which is really nice. Maid Aoi is going to be here. Now, the cool thing about this as well is, since these banners are going on at the same time, sadly neither of these give a free pulls for each day, which suck. They will have a shared pity, so if you go and get Aoi and also get Byakko, or let's say you just get Aoi and you really want the Fubuki for some reason, or the Chie for some reason, then you can go ahead and exchange it for one of these two, or Byakko if you already have the Aoi. Same thing goes if you for some reason want Fubuki or Chie and you get pity, you can buy Aoi with it. Definitely don't recommend that, but hey, if that's your favorite character, then I guess you could do that. But these two banners will be sharing pity, and realistically, you can, well, not be sharing pity. Let me get that right before someone pulls on two banners and expects them to combine. No, if you pull 150 times on Aoi, you can spend that to get the other two characters on the other banner. Not if you spend, let's say 70 and 80 on the other banner. They're not going to combine. It's literally 150 on one banner. Pick any of the four. That's how it works. Before someone gets it wrong and tries to spend on both, no, that's not how that works. Go for the Aoi if you are going to go for anything. If for some reason you want any of these two characters, then you can pull it if you don't care about Byakko. We are going to be receiving a Pierce type banner as well. I definitely don't see any point of summoning on this. It might have Psych on it, SS2 and SS1, but no, please don't. And then we have a Slash. Now, I'm not going to lie. I finally can talk to this to y'all because holy crap, so many people think I'm going crazy when I talk about Fire Ruka. This is the Fire Ruka I'm talking about. This Ruka here is the one I really want because this is the one that has the Fire EX skill. That's the Ruka I'm talking about. That's the one I've been saying all these times that I want on off-break banner. Now, of course, just because she's on the Slash type banner don't mean I'm going to go for her, because that's a very low chance that I will get her, and I'm not pulling pity on a banner with a bunch of off rates. I'm good. But hopefully I can somehow get her sooner or later, whenever that happens, because I have a really good fire lineup for her, but she just doesn't want to come home. But realistically, that's going to be it for all the things in this celebration. I'm kind of surprised that they brought so much all in one go. I'm not going to lie to you. We got new story coming out, Maid Aoi coming out, 2 banners, some Anachronies, and the score battle. I'll be making a video talking about each of these units, who they go with, what's their best teams, all the different type of stuff very, very soon. So make sure to leave a like, sub, comment, all that different type of things if you are excited for the second half of the spring celebrations. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.